SuperTalk Mississippi media production. Pike County, here comes your morning show. Dave in the morning on 93.5 FM, SuperTalk Mississippi.
So now, understand, you're not going to dictate to me what I do and what I don't do, but I'm still the mayor, Mr. Brown.
None of this meeting is recorded. None by any party. Correct?
No, sir, none is recorded. I'm being accused.
Any conversation.
Then I want to make it on record. I want the allegations in writing, or the accused, or on recording of this harassment.
And now, here's your host, Dave Hughes.
Well, good morning. How you doing? Have an issue here. We had a lovely conversation at the start of the Thursday show. Well, I say lovely, about all the break-ins happening around the city of McComb involving vehicles parked at doctors' offices and major retailers around the mall and other places. Golden Corral, somebody's car there was broken into. There's a rash of burglaries happening to F-150 pickup trucks, according to Pike County Sheriff Wally Jones. And we experienced a technical error. Now, that sounds really fancy and really nice. We experienced a technical error and we lost the first segment of the show for the recording. Don't have it. Now, we could go into a long technical explanation and explain in graphic detail exactly what happened, but that would involve Dave admitting he forgot to hit record when the show started. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to say some unfortunate technical errors happened, and as a result, we're missing the first segment of the show. But trust me, it was spectacular. That's why you need to tune in live whenever possible. We do have the rest of the show, though, from when I hit record, and we're going to give that to you right now. The horribleness of someone ripping you off. So, of course, we need to talk about the McComb City Board. Now, why, yes, I do think I'm funny. Thanks for noticing. Mentioned this yesterday. That we had some more stuff to get to today. And we're also going to go over some associated reading material about one of the items that was discussed at the work session this week. And we'll do that right after this on SuperTalk, Mississippi Pike County 93.5.
Ladies, your health is your priority, and the Women's Health Center in McComb is here to support you. We're thrilled to announce the return of Dr. Ann Vu. Dr. Vu joins our dedicated team, including Dr. Kevin Richardson, nurse practitioner Shayla Stanberry, and midwife Tara Givens. From routine checkups to specialized care, we offer comprehensive services tailored to your needs. Schedule your appointment today. Visit us at 1318 Harrison Avenue or call 601-684-2300. The Women's Health Center, where your well-being comes first.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast podcast version. Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalk.PikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalk.PikeCounty.com.
Dave Hughes here. Remember, every weekday morning at 9:06, it's Dave in the Morning, where we solve the problems of the world, or at least complain about them really loudly and sarcastically. And if you miss out, you can catch up with the podcast version of Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Seems like each time I'm with you, I lose my mind because I'm bending over backwards to relate. It's one thing to complain, but when you're driving me insane, well then I think it's time that we took a break. Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under.
Welcome back, Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County, 93.5. Pike County Sheriff's Office put out another notice yesterday, a little bit later, saying we want to make you aware of a recent string of burglaries in McComb, specifically targeting Ford F-150 trucks. This matter is currently under active investigation, and we will provide updates as more information becomes available. Seen several different people suggest this online. I have received a couple of texts. Sounds like we need to set up some bait cars. The problem with that is they'll steal the bait cars. That's the only problem I can see, which is kind of the point, so let them try. And then some dingbat's going to come running in and immediately file a civil rights lawsuit because that's entrapment. You know, I'm not making that up. So that's the current state of affairs in McComb, Mississippi, and Pike County. And if it does not reassure you, good, you're paying attention. Now, let's go to Tuesday night's work session, where one of the items on the agenda to discuss was the Water Company of America invoice, talking about what they've been doing in terms of the water system in McComb. For those of you that forget, there were multiple, and by that I mean several hundred water meters that weren't registering anything, so there were accounts that hadn't had to pay a water bill in quite a while. A couple of years. Which resulted in a massive loss for the city of McComb, which, as many times as we're using loss these days when it comes to talking about municipal government in McComb, we're dangerously close to being branded as the city of losers. There's only so many times you can lose before you're no longer a winner. And we have a pretty impressive string of bad stuff that's outweighing the great things that are happening. This would be one of them. Well, they were having the discussion about this, and they were discussing the work and getting the repairs done on the meters and doing all the various things. Ward 1 Selectman Tommy McKenzie got into that conversation. After a little bit, they talked for a while about this, but he weighed in with what I consider to be very pertinent questions.
Do we know if the training occurred that we wanted to happen?
On the programming?
On the programming, on the meter reading?
Well, it was 3 phases. It was...
We voted to train the people downstairs on the software and voted on training the people in the field on the meter reader world.
Okay, on the people on downstairs, their training was scheduled for November. However, the software will be having an upgrade in January, and he suggested that they would hold back on that training until the software is upgraded, and then they be trained on that software after it's been upgraded. Because if they would have been trained in November, they did the upgrade in January, they would have to come back and train them again as it relates to the upgrades. So that's the answer for the latest downstairs or the utility building office downstairs. I can't give an answer for the meter readers. Mrs. Spurlock.
Why not? So that was a very long-winded explanatory answer to the question. What about all the training we voted to have happen for all the various people, including the folks downstairs at City Hall who actually collect the money and manage all this stuff? Very long-winded answer, as we usually get, which semantically added up to the word no. No, it has not happened yet, for whatever reason. That was a no answer. Now we find out about the meter readers.
Do you know if the training for the meter readers happened?
No, it didn't. For the same reason.
For the same reason? Oh, okay.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding the process of meter reading, and I realize we're wanting them to actually check and make sure the meters are running. But how much training do you have to have if you go to check the meter and the meter isn't showing any usage or registering anything, even though it's an active account? How much training do you have to go back and tell somebody? Make a little note, jot it down on a Post-it note if you have to, and then turn it in when you get back. Hey, this meter's busted. What do we do? This is not a big ask, I don't think. But once again, the answer to the question, the training that the board voted to have done, has it been done? We're 2 for 2 getting no answers to that question.
I mean, we voted on that like 8 or 9 months ago, maybe. So, okay. And I guess we need to ask the question on these things. Have they been fixed yet, these meters?
Okay. Mrs. Spurlock, as it relates to the meters that was identified by Water of America, the board would like to know whether or not they have been fixed.
All of them except 4. And that's on the contractor that we hired. He will be back on the 13th to finish.
2 of those 4s were repaired, but also they were broken, so they've got to come back and fix 2 of those, which makes 4.
I really think we need to seriously look at outsourcing meter reading.
Yep.
Because you're looking at a huge amount of money that the city has lost, and I don't see a process like Selectman Connie says of getting this fixed. And the other thing I would like to say is that we have 3 public entities that have gotten nearly $400,000 in free services. And I want to see them billed for it. They need to be billed for, I think it's against the law for somebody to receive free services in the state of Mississippi. So, it's a disservice to all these people that come down here and have to pay. What is the fee for re-hooking up your service? $50. And they do it. It's a line down there every month, and these people have been getting $400,000 worth of free water and sewer for the last 3 or 4 years. I think it's legally we can bill them for it. You can go down and look at historical, or at least part of it. So I think the board really needs to look at that. Maybe the citizens need to weigh in on whether or not we should give free water away.
Well, maybe the citizens should treat it like a housing for prisoners bill and negotiate. Now, before you say, oh, well, yeah, but the city's providing this service, you don't get to negotiate. We set the price. How is that different from the bill for housing of prisoners? The person providing the service sets the price, whether it's bringing water to your house and taking the poop away, or providing a location for your prisoners that you've arrested to stay. In both cases, it is a governmental entity providing a service. But no, that's a sliding scale. Depends on how we felt when we woke up this morning as to how we're going to treat this. Because I'm sorry, if the point was of the whole housing of prisoners argument that we got to be good stewards of the taxpayers' money, what about what Selectman McKenzie is talking about here? Hundreds of thousands of dollars from just one or two accounts even, much less the 400 plus meters that were getting water and not getting anything. It's well over, $1 million. Could the city use that money? Are you going to be a good steward of the taxpayers' money and get this fixed in a timely manner? No. How do we know that? Well, as you heard Selectman McKenzie say, they voted on all this about 8-9 months ago, and it's still not 100% fixed, and none of the training has been done that was voted for. So yeah, we're barreling right along at the usual brisk pace of City of McComb government. But the hypocrisy needs to come to an end. Facts and logic are not a sliding scale based on how you feel this morning. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I agree with Selectman McKenzie 100%. If somebody owes money, if somebody skated by and didn't have to pay their bill, go get it. Put them on a payment plan. That works if you embezzle a bunch of money out of the City of McComb. So why not use that same process for people who have not paid their water bill for quite a while? Just put them on a payment plan. Something, anything. Something's better than nothing. And that is a really sad state of affairs for the general flow of business in the City of McComb, when for just about everything in all directions, you can accurately use the statement, well, it's just the way it is. Doesn't build a ton of confidence. So Selectman McKenzie suggested going after the people and billing them for the unbilled usage, as he put it, over the last 3-4 years.
Well, let's have our attorney to look at the legal rim for us to do that.
To do what?
To bill people for back bill people for water.
Here, there's an Attorney General opinion that I requested on that. And that's their answer. So you can take that.
I think we have that. Well, talk to Mr. Myers.
I would say if Attorney General says that, now City Attorney agrees with it and all that, let us move forward.
Now, wait a minute. Again, through this entire payment for the housing of prisoners nonsense, we have an Attorney General's opinion, so we're going to do it this way. Attorney General's opinion, you don't argue with that. You don't make a big deal about that. There's nothing you can do. It's an Attorney General's opinion. That was the attitude when we were negotiating with the county for the housing of prisoners. But now, when it's about this, all of a sudden, well, if the city attorney agrees with the Attorney General, then we'll take a look at doing it. Again, that sliding scale. Again, that same problem that we have had forever. Now, I told you we were going to have additional reading material. Selectman Tommy McKenzie from Ward 1, who you just heard talking there at Tuesday night's work session, made a post yesterday afternoon on Facebook. I'm going to read it to you. It's story time with Uncle Dave. This whole City of McComb water meter issue is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen, Selectman McKenzie writes. I do not know how to bring more awareness to the dysfunction. Hundreds of meters were found faulty going back years, and they are still not fixed. The board voted a year ago to bring professional training to all involved. City Hall failed to follow through. Voted to hire third-party contractors to fix the meters. Not followed up. McComb has a very sophisticated meter and billing system. Makes no sense why this is happening. Has all kinds of bells and whistles to alert to problems. The billing department has been sounding the alarm for years, and no one was listening at City Hall. These water meter issues have been a known fact for over 2 years. Board was finally alerted and took votes to address the issues. Meanwhile, City Hall is receiving these cutoff payments every month from little old citizens while letting hundreds of thousands just flow out the front door. If the system was run correctly and cleanly, maybe water bills could be reduced. Citizens, please help getting this fixed. Raise hell with City Hall. After all, the water system is a $7 million a year enterprise. A whole separate investigation and audit is needed in this area. End quote. That was the post by Selectman McKenzie yesterday. All of it right. From the word this at the beginning all the way down to area at the end. It's an entire post full of truth. I keep hearing people make the comment and talk about, well, we gotta take care of this problem. I'm getting real tired of grandiose general hand waving on issues that pop up. My favorite is when I'll see someone, usually on Facebook, where intelligence goes to die, make a comment about, well, somebody just needs to go and fire that board, or fire that mayor, or fire this. They're elected officials, you dingbat. You can fire them at the ballot box. Sure, we did that last time. And here we are. Today, December 4th, 27 days until the deadline from the state auditor's office. Just a friendly reminder, December 31st. And then we're going to wake up to a bright new year full of more problems. It's great to be aware. Don't go gripe on Facebook and say, oh, I'm done. Well, I did my part. I'm letting them know. Facebook, and I keep saying this, and I want you to take it to heart, Facebook is not real life. We've had this conversation, you and I. How can you best get the attention of elected officials and get them focused on doing something? The very best, top of the list, walk in their office face to face, shake their hand, and explain what's bothering you as a taxpayer and a voter. There is no substitute for that. That is top of the line. Number 2, give them a phone call. If you can't make it down there, okay, fair enough. Everybody has jobs. Everybody has kids, things to do. Phone call. Speaking with them directly. Not as effective as face-to-face. If there's a line waiting outside the mayor's office of people wanting to talk to him, that makes a much bigger impression than all the lights on the phone system blinking. Totally different thing. But still, it's better than pretty much everything else aside from showing up in person. You can't show up in person. That's the most effective way to get attention onto a problem. And for whatever reason, you can't make a phone call. Social anxiety. I don't know. Whatever. The next best one, handwritten letter. Not an email. Not a DM on social media. Pen on paper. Sign it at the bottom. Put it in an envelope. Slap a stamp on it. Put it in the mailbox. And if you get a decent-sized pile of those, again, on the desk, you might get some attention. And I'm not even going to rank them past the top 3 because they're all very easy to ignore. Send an email. Send those DMs that we were talking about. Make a post on Facebook, or even worse, leave a comment under somebody else's post and feel like you've done something. You've done nothing at that point to help address these problems. Because you may have heard the expression, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. We got a lot of ungreased wheels right now because nobody's squeaking about them in a way that's being noticed. They're not reading your comments on other people's posts on Facebook. You are having zero impact on life. I realize you don't care. You're just scratching that itch and hitting the give me some dopamine button in your brain. Well, I did something. I said my piece. No. Saying your piece involves the person you're saying it to hearing it. You can go stand in an empty room, go get in the closet, go get in the hall closet at your house, shut the door, and speak your piece. You've done just as much good. So when you see calls like this, and Suleima McKenzie, his exact phrasing from his post, raise hell with City Hall, he does not mean leave a comment on a Facebook post. He does not mean make your own Facebook post. He does not mean any of that. He means call them. He means show up. And I would say the third best option would be pen to paper, write a letter, put a stamp on it, and mail it to City Hall. Anything beyond that, you're making yourself feel better. That's all you're accomplishing. Well, I did something. No, you didn't. And the quicker we finally realize that, maybe we can get some things done, because the people do have power, but they have to know how to exert it. You could be the best base hitter in baseball history. It's going to do you no good at all in the football game. We're playing the wrong game. Facebook, that's not the way to go. X, no. Instagram, definitely not. None of that. TikTok, no. That's the three in order from best to less effective. It's not least, but less. Showing up in person to explain what's bothering you. Making a phone call to City Hall of McComb, or pen to paper, write a letter. In that order. Do the highest one on that list of three that you can. And then maybe we see some things change, because as Suleima McKenzie said, it was a year ago the board voted to fix all of this. It's still not fixed. Are you noticing the trend? The first thing that they did, first out of the chute when this board came into office 3.5 years ago, was to vote to fix the audits that we were behind on from the previous administration, get everything straightened out. 3.5 years later, we've done 3 years worth of audits. We have caught up nothing, and we've got 27 days until the deadline from the state auditor's office. You noticing the trend? We apparently have some people involved in all of this situation that it doesn't matter what the board votes to do. They'll figure out a way to not do it. That's two examples right there. You've had a year to get the water thing fixed. Still waiting. Get the training done. I'm sorry, when we voted a year ago, they did not put off training because of an update happening right now. No, it took 8 or 9 months before we got around to it. And don't forget, at the work session Tuesday, it was brought up, a bill with Harris Computer that they haven't paid since June. And it doesn't matter if it was on purpose or just no one noticed or it slipped their mind or they meant to get to that. All of it is bad business practice. At best. At worst. Yeah. Allow your imagination to run its long, slender fingers through the sinewy hair of your imagination, and you can imagine what we might be dealing with. We continue on this Thursday morning right after this. Keep it here.
Dr. Patrick Daigle is now seeing patients at Mississippi Women's OBGYN. While his location has changed from the Women's Health Center, Dr. Daigle's commitment to exceptional care remains stronger than ever. You'll find the same trusted care now at a new location within the Southwest Health Network. Dr. Daigle and Dr. James Nobles providing comprehensive women's health services at Mississippi Women's OBGYN. Same trusted care, new location, 205 Marion Avenue in Macomb, or call 601-250-4275.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave Hughes here. Remember, every weekday morning at 9:06, it's Dave in the Morning, where we solve the problems of the world, or at least complain about them really loudly and sarcastically. And if you miss out, you can catch up with the podcast version of Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
They're all around me, circling like vultures. They wanna break me and wash away my colors. Wash away my colors. Take me high and I'll sing. Oh, you make everything okay.
Welcome back. Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County. 93.5 on your dial or your computer screen, or however you're dialing it in. On your phone screen is just SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Because you can listen to it live there too. Of course, we have a replay every day. So you can go back and catch up on previous shows that you missed. But you can also listen to it live. That's how my wife listens to it, actually. Side note, by the way. Morning, honey. Yeah, it's that kind of day again. I would go down a list of the problems that fit under this same heading with the way the city of Macomb does business, but we only have 10 minutes left in the show, and that wouldn't be long enough to just read a bullet-pointed list of all of them. You know what they are. We've been talking about them for years, you and I. Years. Like 7-8 years minimum. These, and this is the most frustrating part, all of this, it's basic fundamentals. We're not even getting the fundamentals right. You've heard me talk about it before when we have coaches in here and athletes and things, that the most important thing is the fundamentals. You get those dialed in, you're going to perform at a high level as long as you're getting the basics done. As long as you got that just exactly where it needs to be, all of a sudden that opens the door to bigger and better things, to great things. But you don't get there without the fundamentals, without getting the basics down to the point where you almost don't even have to think about them. And they certainly never come up in a 40-minute conversation in a board meeting because they just happen on automatic. We're not even getting the basics done. The fundamentals. The board votes to do something. Here's a surprise. Here's a shock. You ready? You don't drag your feet. You don't do a little song and dance. Do a soft shoe shuffle out in the lobby of City Hall. Well, yeah, we were going to do that, but then we got busy. It's been a year. No. The board votes to do something. The board speaks through its minutes. Go read the minutes and do what it says. This is the most basic fundamental process in government. if a body of elected officials duly appointed votes to have something happen and a year later it still hasn't happened, they didn't drop the ball. They didn't mess up. Who did? Well, that's what we need to dig in and figure out. Because somebody did. Oh, we're doing the best we can. Well, the best you can sucks. We might need a notch or two above the best you can. Oh, I can't do any better than the best I can. Well, go home. That's simple enough. It's a simple answer. You got a bald tire on your car and you got treads sticking out and everything else. It's doing the best it can. Yeah, no, you get rid of that before it blows out and puts you in the ditch in 27 days. Same thing here. Number one, when it wasn't noticed for a couple of years that we had hundreds of water meters registering no usage on active accounts when they were most definitely being used. You recall the problem where for years, if you made a payment to the water department to pay your water, sewer, and garbage bill, and you used a check or a card, that money went to the general fund and not the water and sewer fund, which, by the way, was illegal, but it was an honest mistake. And once it was finally brought to their attention, it was fixed. And all of a sudden, it worked fine after years of it happening that way. We should not be using the word years so frequently and regularly when we're describing problems that have gone unnoticed in the basic functions at City Hall in McComb. That, to me, is the glaring issue. Not that they take a year to fix it once it's pointed out and voted on by the board. No, the fact that it went years and nobody noticed. Nobody in City Hall noticed. Or if they did, they were ignored. Now, if that second one is the case, why? Got to be a reason, right? That's why Sligo McKenzie suggesting an audit is something that I completely agree with. Let's dig in there. Where'd the money go? It's been all over the place. We got big accounts that haven't been paying anything. We had quite a period of time there where we were directing the payment money into the general fund instead of the water and sewer fund. That accomplished two things, by the way, minimum. Made the general fund look like it had a lot more money in it than it did, and ran the water and sewer fund dry. And they got busy to fix that, and I said it accomplished a couple of things. That's why I think an audit would be a good idea, because if we get in there and start checking all the numbers against each other, we may find out there might be some, how should I put this, discrepancies. May not be. We won't know until we look at it. And if you're against it being looked at, we're back to an obvious tell that you're hiding something.
If you cry,
right? That would be your suspicion. But this is all fine. Pay your City of McComb water bill, which is 4 times what they pay in Magnolia. Yeah. You think I'm joking? Go look it up. Go look it up. And you'll see that I'm telling you the rock solid truth. So this is all fine. Just keep your mouth shut, mind your business. No! Bother them at City Hall until somebody gets tired of it and realizes the gravy train has blown a wheel out and has to park for a while. Final break. We'll close it down on this Thursday morning after this.
Tired of living with an overactive bladder? Constant trips to the restroom and sudden leaks don't have to disrupt your life. Axonics Therapy at Southwest Urology Clinic offers a long-term solution helping you regain control and confidence. This advanced FDA-approved treatment is safe, effective, and designed to fit your lifestyle, and best of all, it's right here close to home. Take the first step toward lasting relief. Call Southwest Urology Clinic at 601-250-4344 today to learn more about Axonics Therapy, because confidence starts with control.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave Hughes here. Remember, every weekday morning at 9:06, it's Dave in the Morning, where we solve the problems of the world, or at least complain about them really loudly and sarcastically. And if you miss out, you can catch up with the podcast version of Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world.
Yep, that does it.
Closing
out of time. Including, by the way, for the week. As you know, tomorrow's Friday. We'll have Chasing Foul Balls in here. Robbie and the crew. They have absolutely nothing to talk about sports-wise. Join us for the Lane Kiffin ragging ceremony tomorrow, 9:06, with Robbie Hamilton and the crew on Chasing Foul Balls, the morning edition. I'll be in the chair for Mornings Without Richard Cross. Every Friday that happens. Starting at, well, way too early. But we'll be doing it anyway. Tomorrow morning at 6:06. On the statewide SuperTalk network. If I don't get the chance to tell you personally again, have a great, safe weekend and lock your car. 6:06 tomorrow. See you then, my friend.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.